Hey guys, what's up? It's Meridia. I'm back again with another tutorial. Alright, so the last video I made was about Xbox 360 wired setup. Alright, so like, it's for all you Xbox 360 controller users. It's just basic setup for the Xbox, or the XPadder program in and of itself. Alright, so that's just generally what to do. Now, this video here is going to be about my Dfo key setup and how I actually play the game. This is going to be kind of, if I had a version of Dfo to play, I would, and I would it would be much easier making this video. But since I do not, we're just kind of roll with it, I guess. So the first thing is first, in your Dfo, like if you go to your Dfo settings and you try, or you go to your like hotkeys and stuff, you're like, well, dude, like I want to play on, I want to play on, I want to play on controller, like this here to get your setup here. I already know what everything is, so I don't need the Xbox 360 layout. I think it's a little too cluttered for me, so I just kind of like to have this. It just makes more sense. So let's get right into it. So first things first, Meridia, like how do you attack? Well, I attack with the X button right here. So I set that as X. So what you do is you click it and you just press X on your keyboard. X, 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 X. Right? Meridia, you auto key. Oh my god. Auto key or auto key or auto key. It's not auto key if you use the controller. Meridia, where's your girlfriend? I don't know, man. Alright. So anyway, let's hop into it. Let's get back into it. So the next button is Meridia, how do you jump, man? What's your jump key? So most of these settings, what you can do is you can honestly just like you can set most of your buttons up in game. You can set everything except for these buttons. Left triggers and right triggers, and D-pad, I think. Now, with the new version of Dfo, this might be different. So, if it is, I apologize beforehand, because this video was made on February 2nd. And so Dfo is coming out in March. This video was made February 2nd. So yeah. Alright, so let's like actually pretend that like this, you don't want to change any of your key settings. You just want to play on controller without messing with a bunch of stuff. And I'll be like, okay, that makes sense. But I want to warn you about one thing. Movement, if you want to, okay, so to get the most out of your controller, to use my setup, you're going to have to get used to moving with the analog stick on the Xbox controller. Okay, so keep that in mind. Movement is with the analog stick only. I use my D-pad for a lot of my skills, actually. So let's get started. So we've already mapped X to our X button, and then we're going to map jump to our A button on the controller. Alright, so our A button's right here. Just click it, press C, because that's our jump. That's our default jump button. Alright, now for our next thing, what we're gonna do is we're gonna map our skill button, our skill 1. So if you guys don't know what skill 1 is, that is your general, if you just press it without doing any inputs, that's your general uppercut skill. That's your Muse uppercut, your upward slash, your Jack Spike, Marilyn Rose, weapon uppercut, giant weapon launcher. It's that skill. You guys get the point. Alright, so you just hold, I use the Y button on the controller. Actually, this might be better if I use the image, but I use the Y button for this. So you hold the Y button, click, press Z. Simple. Simple, simple, simple. Alright, now, this is where some of the more interesting things come to play. Now, I'm gonna have a little list of skills for each button that I put there. Now, for the B button, this button that I haven't used yet, that is going to be for a multitude of things. Now, generally, for every class plays kind of differently, but I always have the same skill setup for every single class in the game, so that you won't have to change any of your hotkeys any of your hotkeys in the game, you might just have to move some skills around, and that's easy. You just click on the skill and you drag it to the box. You know what I mean? Alright, so for this one, it's B. Since I play female fighter a lot, this will be for you female fighters. I use B for suplex. Alright, so suplex is a really good move to have close to your attack button because of the fact that you can cancel a lot of your attacks into a grab. If if you're a high level player, you're like, whoa, dude, okay, that makes sense. I can warp grab off that, XXXXB, like, right? Like, easy. So you just cancel your attack into a grab, and all you have to do is it's that simple. Alright, this will be a lot easier if I do this. Alright, so let's do this. Whoops. Actually, hold on. Let's open. Okay. Actually, let's make a new one. So let's use this image thing. Like, I know I've already done this, but I'm just gonna do it again really quick. I actually don't use the right stick for anything, so as to not make people like super like paranoid or like cluttered or anything. So just keep that in mind. So I'm not gonna set up the right stick. Alright. Alright, so this will give you a better idea about how some stuff works. Alright, so here we go. We've got X and C, so X is our attack, C is our jump, Z is our manual skill. But Meridia, what if you play creator? Well, then you can't play on controller, I'm sorry. Because you can't move your mouse. Okay, like, I guess you could use, in X-Patter, you can actually move your mouse with one of your sticks. So for instance, here, I'll actually show you. Whatever. But yeah, okay, if you want to play creator, don't play on controller. There's no point. Like, do you really want to move a mouse with your controller and then like it's just not gonna be fast enough? I apologize. Like that, it just can't work. I mean, okay, it can, but like, what? Like, why would you do that to yourself? You know what I mean? All right, so let's go back to this B. We're gonna set this as A. All right, and then right here we're gonna start with this with the left bumper. Oh, I didn't do my triggers. I'm really sorry, guys. Okay, let's just do this again. It's super easy to set this up. Okay, I'll actually do this. It takes like 2 seconds. Once you've done it a million times like I have, guys, it's super easy. I'm gonna actually move everything now. See, like, my thing is, I just think everything looks a little too cluttered. So that's like my reasoning for like not wanting to do this. I hate this, like, because I never look at it. You know what I mean? Like, I never look at this. Like, I never look at this menu thing, man. Like, I never look at, like, when I'm playing Dfo, I'm never looking at my X-Patter settings. So I just don't care. I hope that makes sense. Alright, now triggers. Forgot those. Easy. Alright, so here we go. We got everything set up now. Finally. Alright, so first of all, let's hop into things. Alright, so we've got all these set up, right? We've got all of our face buttons set up, except for start and select and these two down here. Alright, so but we're gonna move on to our left and right bumper. So for left bumper, if you play, let's see, okay. So this really depends on what your play style is. So, if you're like, well, hey, dude, I want to play, let's say you're playing Blade Master, alright? So for this, this button, since I was like a Hero 3 Blade Master. So if for Blade Master, I have this as Secret Slayer technique. So it makes sense for me to have this on S. Alright, so Secret Slayer technique, S, S, S. If you're playing lightsaber or short sword or katana, or well, you do 4 times, or Zanbato, S, S. But so for now, let's go on to this one. So this one can be a little tricky. I know that some people are like, well, dude, like, what do you use for like this button is like kind of awkward since it's right above the Y button. So like, what skill would you have there? Well, it really depends. So if you're playing female fighter, I have this as crouch. So crouch, this just makes sense for me because it's not a trigger button so I can press it fast, but it's not in a really awkward position like start or back or like one of these buttons. And I don't think I would have enough time to press crouch to moving my hand from this pad down here. Like, I just don't think I would have enough time. Like it'd be really awkward if you're like moving and then you just press this. You just press that button. So you're moving, running around, and then you just click that. It's super easy. So I have crouch there. Now for other classes, I mean it still kind of depends. Like I'm trying to think about what I had there. Shoot. Actually, I think for Slayers it was like Bloody Cross or whatever the heck it's called. And then for fighters it's always crouch. For gunners, this was gun guard. Like for ranger. And then like launcher it was flamethrower or flame pillar. But yeah, like everything just kind of like plays differently. Alright, so this will be set as D. Yeah, I am kind of sick. I apologize. Alright, so let's move on to the these buttons right here, the 2 clickable buttons. Alright, so these will just be F and G. Alright. And this is where stuff gets a little crazy. Alright, so start and back. Back and start. These are important skills to like kind of map. Okay, so I'm going to be super honest with you guys. I don't manual Gatling gun when I play gunners. I'm a scrub. I don't like doing that. It just... I mean, like, I can do it, but, if I want to cancel, like, cancel a move into, if I want to cancel Gatling gun by pressing jump, I mean, like, I can do it, but it's just, like, I would rather just press start. But that's okay. But first of all, that's not the button that I actually use in the next order. So the next order, let's say we're using default keys. So let's say like we're playing ASDF, GH, QWERTY. Okay, because that actually like makes sense. So QWERTY, we got Q right here for back. Q, and then this is where it gets weird, but it makes sense for me. Up on the D-pad for me is spiral, and these are generally where my cube skills go. These 3, up, right, and down. Left, I'll get to later. Left will probably be my last one because it honestly is just personal preference and it makes sense for me. It might not make sense for you because you're like, what the heck, dude? That's super awkward. And I will totally understand if you put it somewhere else. Alright, so up for me is generally going to be spiral. It's going to be a lot of cube skills. So spiral, wild shot, nuke. What was up on for weapon master? I think it was Raging Dragon Slash. Yeah, RDS. It was up was 1-inch punch for my striker and close kick for my male striker. Alright, so up will just be W. Right is generally neck snap. On a lot of my fighter classes, it's always neck snap. Or if I'm playing male striker, I have it as the lightning dance skill, or whatever the heck that's called. So, oh, by the way, if you guys want to see me like do this, I just like click. Well, I press the key on my keyboard. So that's lightning dance. So this is lightning dance. All right, E is lightning dance. T, or R rather, is okay. This is where like my kind of like sense comes in. If someone is on the ground, they're laying on the ground in game, like I'm PvPing someone and they're on the ground, and I'm a grappler, right? My thing is like if they're on the ground and I press down, that should be a grab. Well, thankfully, for all of us grapplers out there, it is a grab, and it's called elbow shock. Okay, so elbow shock is super important in PvP because y'all know you can follow up with elbow shock with 4x attacks and fling if you're not at like super damage cap, whatever. But that's a different video. That's the video that's coming in the future, by the way. Anyway, so yeah, this is R. Down is R. Alright, so R. It's your ultimate, guys. It's your ultimate. For all you League of Legends players. Shoutouts to League. Alright. Now we're going to go to start. I know this is like kind of weird, but it's just how I work. Excuse me. Alright, so this is T. Okay, wait. I think I missed a key, actually. Oh, yeah, okay. So this is H. I do apologize. I have my keys set up really weird. So this is H. It just makes sense. This is usually Cyclone Suplex, or a grab like Punisher, or something like Waveless Slasher. This is Waveless Slasher. Alright, for all you Slayers, Waveless Slasher right here. Alright, and then we got, you know, Cyclone Suplex for us grapplers. We've got Punisher for you gunners out there. I know there's a lot of you. Click, click, motherfuckers. Alright. Then we got, let's see, for Striker, this is usually, oh lord, what do I put here? I honestly forgot what I put here for Striker. Whatever, it's not terribly important, you know what I mean? This isn't like, this is a skill that's just, it's there, and you can use it, and yeah. Alright, so this skill is super important, this one right here. Super, super, super important skill. Alright, this one. This skill is your guard, your freaking, this is your guard, your tornado kick. This is tornado kick, folks, for all you fighters. Tornado kick, if you're gonna PvP, super, super important skill. This is maybe one of the most important skills in the game for female fighters for PvP. Tornado kick is absolutely important, imperative for PvP. You have to have it. There's no excuse not to have it. It's a beautiful approach skill for any fighter class. Male fighters, tornado kick is OP. Y'all know this. Male fighter tornado kick is absolutely bonkers. Alright, so let's go into what other skills can be used here. For this skill, for gunners, I usually have it on like some kind of like big move. Like I used to have it on headshot, but then I kind of took it off and put something else there that I forget, to be perfectly honest. If I went back in my videos, I could tell you. But this is why. Alright, now we're done with that skill. Now let's move over to this. This one is the most important button of all. This left on the D-pad is the most important button of all. Why? Because it's this. Space. And you're like, what the heck, Meridia? Why would you have space there? what would you use space for? And I'm like, oh, young Padawan. Young Padawan. This is your buff key. Alright? This is your buff key. So why would I have it on space? The answer simply is because it just makes sense for me. You can put it on up, you can put it on whatever, you can put it on Y. You can put it on whatever button that you want, man. It doesn't matter. I put mine right here on left on the D-pad. So why do I do this? Because I can simply take my thumb from, let's say my thumb is right here on X and jump, attack and jump, and I'm moving around, attacking, blah blah blah. I'm like, oh god, I got a buff. Up, space, unstoppable grab, aerial fire, leap, jump high, guys, jump high. Alright, so this concludes my kind of crappy tutorial on how to set up a controller for Dfo, and it concludes my actual setup for like how I play. Now actually, I actually don't, this isn't the actual setup I use. Mine is like really weird. It's definitely really weird. I'll actually show you guys my setup for like how everything works, and you're gonna be like, why is this? So let me do this real quick. Whoops. So yeah, this is my setup. My setup is super awkward. You can actually use all of these buttons that I haven't highlighted for actual like keys in the game. You don't have to use this as Z. There's a lot of stuff you don't actually have to do. But yeah, this is how I have stuff set up. Like you can map all of these keys. You can map everything to your face buttons and stuff, but I'm really weird and I like to have stuff like, I don't know, man. I play really awkward. Why is this and that? Because reasons. Anyway, so yeah, that concludes the tutorial. Shoutouts to all of my controller Dfo players. You guys are amazing. Alright? You guys are absolutely amazing. I love you. Please like and subscribe to this video if you guys haven't already. I will be making a lot more tutorials when Dfo actually comes out. So yeah, I really hope that you guys enjoyed the video. I hope it was clear and concise. I know I had some moments where I was talking to some of my viewers. I'm actually streaming right now. I'm gonna plug myself in because it's my channel anyway. Come watch the stream, man. If you guys want to learn Dfo and you want to learn it from somebody who actually knows what they're doing, and you want to learn from a knowledgeable player, please come and check out my stream, twitch.tv/Meredia, Meredia, Meredia.